I love Sean Smith, but I looked at his stats too, man. Really not that big of a deal either. I want to say he's had a 6-year career overall, possibly 8. That might be 8 years. And 10 interceptions in that 8 years. That's not good at all.
Go after regard, man. Or to Ramon Foster from Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay.
He can play tackle and guard. He's like a Swiss Army knife, man. He's versatile, and we might need depth at the tackle position. You know, just in case Anthony Davis not ready to go.
Are you listening?
49ers! Let me start off by saying, first of all, thank you, Peyton Manning, for retiring. It was the right thing to do. Now you go out looking like a champ. You look like a star, man. Cannons firing, stars bursting, people screaming and yelling your name. It just makes so much more sense. Peyton goes and leaves this game tied for the all-time. I mean, he's got more wins than everybody with the exception of Brett Favre. Peyton leaves the game with 186 wins against 77 losses. Brett, meanwhile, goes out with 186 wins and 112 losses. Clearly, Peyton Manning is the number one quarterback between those two anyway. This kind of reminds me of that argument that I've always had with Patriot fans. The Patriot fans, you know, Joe Montana is still better than Tom Brady. Shut up. We'll get back to you next time. For now, leave that alone. I have a feeling, though, the reason why Peyton wants to play another year is to erase any doubt in anybody's mind that he is supreme. We're going to miss Peyton, man. You know what? Because here's the thing. Peyton Manning, his signal call. Can you just make me laugh every time he did it? Let me do it. Omaha! See, if you're like me, did you always wonder if Peyton had this thing about Omaha, Nebraska? It's nothing to do with Omaha, Nebraska. It's an audible. Yeah, let me enlighten you in case you didn't know. I love this story. Omaha indicates if we're gonna run, if we call in the huddle, if we call for a run, we're going the opposite direction. We're going pass. If we call for play action, we're going any other play. We're going rollout. We're going any number of plays otherwise that we've already understood about in practice. The Omaha indicates which one I'm talking about. Peyton would come to the line of scrimmage, make that read right quick. Immediately, he'd know. Either run the play we're going to do or Omaha. We're going to miss Peyton Manning. God. Okay, next year we'll try to get over it. For this week, all about free agency. I want to compare my list with yours. The top 5, according to NFL Network. Malik Jackson, you already knew that. Kaliche, and listen, if I don't get this name right, don't hate on me, right? Kaliche Osmele. Maybe he's French. O-line. Then you got Olivier Vernon. You know about Olivier, one of the best pass rushers in the league for the Miami Dolphins. Then there's Doug Martin. He's leaving Tampa Bay. Bruce Irvin, leaving from the Seattle Seahawks. Here's how my list, I want to compare my list with yours. Kaliche Osmele. I like him, man. We need offensive linemen. Brandon Brooks, out of Texas, another offensive lineman. Because the thing is, if we lose Alex Boone, if AD comes back overweight and can't play, I want 2 solid offensive linemen in there because this offense is not going to be stalled this year. The quarterback is not going to be running for his life the entire time he's back there. We are going to score points this year, 49ers. We're going to score points, I'm telling you. I'm cool. Also, I'd like to add James Laurinaitis and Sean Smith. Let me tell you, and everybody, Sean Smith is on everybody's list. Let me tell you about James Laurinaitis, though. Laurinaitis and Bowman. I know, but let me explain it first. Hear me out. Laurinaitis and Bowman. This is 2 polished, hardcore, battle-tested veterans. There's nothing they've never seen. There's nothing they don't know how to handle. You put Laurinaitis and Bowman in the backfield together, they will destroy. They will romp. It won't be quite Willis and Bowman, but it'll be damn close. And I think, that's all I want. That's all I want. Because I do not want to stunt the growth of our other youngsters coming in. But that leadership, right in the right place. Laurinaitis Bowman, all right? You see what I'm talking about? All right? I know I got the right answer here, man. Tell you right now. I haven't seen you in a long time, man.
Yeah, after 2 years in a row of a tied 49ers finish, I just had to get away for a minute, bruh. Well, Ronbo,
yeah.
There's some serious talents in play for the opening of free agency this week.
Yeah.
I heard your picks. Yeah. Not bad. Yeah. Not bad. Let me tell you who I want.
All right.
Joseph Randle.
Criminal Joseph Randle.
Yeah, that's him. He's in jail right now. His bail is set at $150,000. Bail him out. Give him a contract loaded with incentive cash, of which this bail will be deducted, and he should be grateful. The boy is just misunderstood. Truth is, Joseph Randle is a badass running back.
You bad about badass.
Yeah, well. Anyway, I'm back, and I just wanted to tell you I'm back. I'll at you later.
I really have missed him. He's still insane. Don't even worry about no Joseph Randle. I want to hear seriously though, who's on your list of #1 free agents? Fam, let me introduce you to Will. I'm telling you, man, this dude is so cool because if you've got a favorite player or something like that, and you're going on and on, Will step in on you and say, I don't know, man, he didn't look that good last year. He only had this amount of tackles and this and that. So, he breaks your heart and he brings you the truth. So I want you to meet Will right now. Will, what's up?
How's it going, Rondo?
Will, man, we're just a few days away, man. We're going to start making purchases. We're going to start making the 49er team a little better. Got a little money to spend this year as opposed to years that have gone by, the last few. Got to make room, though, bro. We got to make room for the newbies. Because I'm curious, because with the way you look at the team and the guys on the team, you got to get rid of some people, man. Who are you going to get rid of first?
I got about 12 guys down that I really looked into the whole roster and seen that really we don't need to keep them. And I got 2 guys that potentially we could keep and maybe need to keep, but also could afford to lose and save a huge amount of money in salary.
Name them, please. Name names. I love, because this is the part where certain people's their feelings will be killed. But go ahead, let us know who you got.
I'll go ahead and start off with the guys that aren't that big of a deal. I don't think any Niner fans would be too sore about losing. Nick Bellore, Shane Scove, Jordan Devey, Eric Pierce, Jerome Simpson, Kendall Gaskins, DeJuan Harris, Kyle Nelson, Marcus Cromartie. And then the 2 big guys that might jump out on the defense is Ahmed Brooks and Tremaine Brock. But I looked into their contracts. Those guys are making way too much money for not being that good of performers at the age that they're at.
Brock and Brooks?
Yeah, Ahmad Brooks and Tremaine Brock. Yeah, definitely.
All right. No, you know what? In fact, I like all your cuts, except for the one, Dwayne Harris. I like DeJuan Harris, though.
Well, the thing with that is we just re-signed
Sean Drawn.
Sean Drawn, and then we have Mike Davis, the rookie running back who showed potential from last year, and then, of course, Carlos Hyde, our possible #1 starter, depending on what we might do in free agency. Yeah, and then you got the Jarrett Hayne. Everyone's excited about him. I think he could potentially be a good running back. So there's really no reason to keep him on the roster and have that many running backs when I would hope none of that many running backs would get injured again to where he would actually need to come in and play.
It's so true because last year, we ran into that problem. We ran out of running backs at the end of the season. It was crazy.
Exactly, but they're always there when you need to pick them up, just like they were this year.
Which is interesting. How come running backs are always available, it seems, and not just a running back, but you get Harris came in and did what he did. I was shocked. You look at the guy Rawls over in with the Hawks. That makes no sense. Yeah. So I guess you're right.
I hate to say it, man, but sometimes running backs can be a dime a dozen unless you're Le'Veon Bell. But other than that, they come around too often. There's a lot of good ones. Some run hard, some run fast. And then when you're hungry at that point, you don't have a team to play on. You want to do your best, but what happens when you get that contract? Are you going to still perform to what you should?
True. All right, Wednesday. Coming up Wednesday, and it's going to be 4 p.m. In fact, some activities are the tampering. The tampering goes on and on. And then coming up, as you know, it is time to somebody's got to sign papers. Who's the first free agent that you got to get to him right away? 401, you're already on the phone with him. Who is that going to be?
If he goes into free agency, because from what I heard, the Ravens offered him a contract that was really good. It's just a matter if he's going to accept it or not. And that's Kalichi Osmeli, the guard from the Baltimore Ravens.
My man, that's what I'm talking about. And what do you base that on? You base that on what reasons? Why would you go for him first?
All my free agents that I usually base everything on is first youth. I know it shouldn't be like that, but my thing is, like, I don't want to have guys temporarily for 2 years and then leave. I need guys that are going to come in at a young age and be able to stay there for the next 5 to 6 years while we work on trying to get to the playoffs. Hopefully we get there this year, but if not, they're good enough to be young enough to stick around for a while.
And I think, what is he, 26?
I believe 26 years old only, yeah. He's only played 4 years, which was his rookie contract, and then now he's ready to be a free agent. But like I said, Baltimore offered him a contract already, so we might have to be a little worried about that.
And is he unrestricted? Because they can match anything probably we throw at him probably as well,
right? Exactly. They're going to most likely match whatever any other team decides to offer up at him.
Now, I know you've got a few defenders you want to add to your list. Okay, give me the rest of your list, because I know this is going to be intriguing. Who else you want to pick up?
Well, in the defense, it's not as big as everyone would like. Like I told in yesterday's show, I'm not big on Malik Jackson. You look at his stats; he's not that big a deal. I love Sean Smith, but I looked at his stats too, man. Really not that big of a deal either. I want to say he's had a 6-year career overall, possibly 8. That might be 8 years. And 10 interceptions in that 8 years, that's not good at all. Tremaine Brock, I don't know his exact interceptions, but I was looking the other day, and he's had seasons where he's had 5 in each season, so that's at least 10 right there. So the biggest names I'm not really too excited about, it's offensive line, maybe. Alex Mack, I find him intriguing, but I just found out today that the Browns were willing to pay him $8 million, and he didn't want to take that, so he's looking for something more than that, and I don't want to have to pay that much if I'm the GM, although we have money to spend and probably could save some more. But players like on defense, Nick Perry, outside linebacker from the Green Bay Packers, only 25 years old. A middle linebacker who I'm really in love with that could possibly switch into an outside linebacker coming out of Tennessee is Zach Brown. He's ranked number 87 on the top 100 free agents list. 10 sacks in 4 years, 261 single tackles, 6 interceptions, and 2 forced fumbles. And if you compare that to James Leonidas' stats, who plays middle linebacker, who does have good stats, Zach Brown's done more with his career in a lesser amount of times than James Leonidas has, and you'd pay more for that guy. And he's older than Zach Brown. So that's just an example of a middle linebacker I'd rather go with than someone like Leonidas. If I did have to go with a big name, Tamba Ali on the outside linebacker. He's 32 years old, but at the same time, I believe he's still got something to offer, especially because the past 4 years in his end of his career, he's really boosted up in the amount of sacks. Cedric Thornton coming out of the Eagles defensive end, someone that Chip Kelly and our defensive line coach have worked with before. No one too big name, no one that we'd have to spend a really lot of amount of money, but yet that would fill in gaps that we could really use, and also would help us to have to not worry so much about the draft and picking a defensive end or outside linebacker or something like that, and we could focus on what I truly believe we'd need to have in order to score some points as a quarterback.
and that's gonna. I can't wait to see how that unfolds. Real quickly though, I want to know. Chip Kelly, Shady McCoy, and some other Shady's been throwing shade on Chip. Also Evan Mathis. You think these guys are gonna affect any free agent possibilities that we may have? I'm wondering, how do you perceive that? You think players are gonna look, oh no, I'm not playing for Chip Kelly? You think it's gonna have an effect?
I think it'll affect any free agent who's interested in gossiping. Yeah. And when I say that, I mean anyone who's concerned about, this guy said this and this guy likes to do this, then, if you want to concern yourself with that, then, stay where you are or go somewhere else anyway. I don't really want you on the team. So I think any real football player who, is looking to sign with the team that's, on the rise and up and coming with a smart, talented head coach and wants to play football and not complain about the practices being over practice and all that stuff, then, let's bring those guys in. LaShawn McCoy's a great player, but I mean, you don't really like to hear players complain about being overworked, do you? I mean, it just,
No. Well, I got to tell you, man.
If you can't handle it, that's understandable. That's why he's with the Bills now, and he's got injured multiple times. So
he had no really reason to be crying. I don't know what's going on with Evan, but listen, you actually need to be sitting next to Trent, right between him and Chip, man. You really do zoom in on the hardcore facts. Before you go, you got to give me the scream out, bro. You ready for that?
Yeah, I'm ready.
3, 2, 1.
Niners!
See, that's a legitimate fan right there. That dude, man. I'm telling you right now, I'm sending this right into Trent after we finish this. Niner fam going up to the state of Washington where Tim is in hostile territory. Tim! Tim, you know what I want to know, man? What is it like? Because I figure like if I walk over at like 53 over to Jack London Square in Oakland, somebody is going to be looking like, what you doing, man? See, what is it like walking around in the colors in Seattle where our rivalry is red hot?
Oh man, one time I was downtown and there's a bunch of a group of guys in the car roll down the window, boom. And the funny thing is, they weren't even Seahawks fans; they were Cowboy fans. They drove off, Cowboys.
Tell it. See, that don't even make no sense. I can see if you're driving down the street, you're a Hawks fan, you're giving me a hard time. But you're a Cowboys fan driving down the streets of Seattle and you're booing me? When you think about that, they got a right to, though, because you know what? It's the quest for 6 is theirs as well. Whoever gets there first and catches up with the Steelers is sitting in supremacy. Man, Tim, into the 49ers, though. Our team has issues, as we will all agree. Tim, our whole roster, does it suck or do we have specific weaknesses? Start with the offense. Where's the offense the worst?
The offense right now, probably quarterback and then offensive line. The best part about our offense, probably the running back group. I think we're pretty deep there. The wide receiver group is not that bad. We just need a real number one receiver. But, interior line, terrible. Quarterback situation, we're kind of unsure who our quarterback's going to be right now.
True.
We don't know if Cap's staying, if he's going. Yeah.
And defense.
Defense, oh my gosh, our pass rush is so weak. I noticed that the last 2 years, last season also, it was pretty bad when Alden Smith was out. Was Justin Smith hurt last year? Did he miss a couple games last year?
I don't think he missed any games, though. He was playing hurt. I can't remember him being out. You know what? He may have been out for long stretches and wasn't in the game the whole time, but he never took a whole day off. As I remember, I could be wrong on that, though, because Smith had a rough last year. All right, now how you gonna? The free agency's coming up. How you gonna administer to that, man? Start with the offense. What's the first thing you do?
Oh man, I'll go after a guard, man. It's Ramon Foster from Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay.
He can play tackle and guard. He's like a Swiss Army knife, man. He's versatile, and we might need depth at the tackle position. Just in case Anthony Davis not ready to go, maybe Joe Staley goes down. But luckily, he's always been healthy.
Yeah.
And we really need help at guard and maybe center. What's his name? Daniel Kilgore hasn't been looking too good.
He has a tendency to get hurt anyway. You look Alex Mack, maybe coming out of Cleveland. Yeah.
I think he might ask for a lot of money. And the thing I keep in mind is that I think we have a lot of guys to re-sign next year. We got Eric Reed gonna be a free agent. Mike Purcell. You got guys like Dante Johnson.
Yeah.
Dante Johnson's on that list. Who else? Gerard Eddy is on there. I think he can go.
There's a few guys actually. For next year anyway.
There's more next year. So I hope maybe we should, not ball out this season.
And spend all the money you made? Okay.
Yeah.
So defensively, though, are you going to pick up anybody on defense?
Oh,
Free agency?
yeah. Tom Bahali is on my radar. Sean Smith, big guy.
Yeah.
He'll shut down corner, man. We need that. Number one, that'll be nice because he's like a sure thing. And I don't know, man. Drafting a corner, kind of like a bigger gamble than than getting one in the free agency.
True. I mean, hey, you know what? I want to get to something that I really enjoyed when I first discovered McSqueeze. I was laughing. Because I was talking about who I wanted, and I put down Malik Jackson. Comes in, he says,
nice.
Remember, Malik Jackson may be overrated, that he may be a part of a well-oiled machine, but not necessarily an individual superstar like he's being made out to be, and he's going to ask for top dollar. And I thought about that for a second. You know, you're absolutely right. Talk a little bit more about that.
Well, we know he plays with Wolf, Ware, and Miller. Those guys are like all pros. That Wolf guy is pretty nice. You know, I see Bronco fans saying, you know, we can let Malik walk. You know, the Wolf guy is like he's a bigger part of the line than Malik Jackson is. Well, he is also, but he can stop the run.
Yeah.
He can stop the run and he can pass rush. I like that, but you know, maybe those guys free him up. You know, maybe they occupy all the blockers. They get the double teams for him.
See, and that's why Aldon Smith, and just to amplify on your point, that was a secret to Aldon Smith's success. It was Justin Smith occupying blockers. He was coming in clean half the time. Had a fabulous year. He has to look like that. He didn't look like that in Oakland. So, Tim, Trent Baalke, this is his, like we were talking about, he's on the hot seat. Do you trust Trent?
Right.
What do you think he's going to do? Is he going to be able to pass and make the grade this year? What are you expecting?
I don't expect him to really ace it this year, but better than usual. He is on the hot seat, so I'm expecting him to make better moves with logic, you know.
Yeah.
Don't sign a bum like Sharice Wright. Don't sign any more injury-prone running backs like Reggie Bush.
Yeah.
No more hurt people. Don't draft anybody that's hurt anymore. No more projects. No more projects. Come on, we need a sure thing right now, man.
You know he's going after Jalen Smith, though, don't you? I guarantee you he's going to go. If if Smith is around in the third round, Trent cannot help himself. Jalen Smith will be on the 49ers.
The third round, I'd be fine with that.
Would you? You all right with that?
Yeah. He looked good in college.
Oh, if Jalen was healthy, he would be going at number 3. Because there is no better football player. I mean, Miles Jack is good, but he ain't Jalen. It's just a sad thing, man. I hope he gets better. And if we can pick him up at 3, I'm like you, man. I'd love it. You got to give the holla out before you leave. Put yourself at Levi Stadium. 3, 2, 1.
Niners!
Hey.
Yo.
Will.i.am. Brilliant. Tim. Thank you, fam. I appreciate you guys joining me today. I'll see you online. Just got this. This is fashion for 2016, fam. Check out Instagram, tags_mania. Get cool as me. Niner Empire meeting coming up this Sunday as per usual. Saturday, go to Facebook, Ronbo Sports fan page. I'll put all the instructions you'll need to join in on the fun along with subject matter. By the way, I say subject matter, but go ahead and bring your own subjects. I don't care. I just bring the subject matter to get you started, your juices flowing. We can talk about anything you want. I just want to hang out with my fam on Sundays. So I look forward to seeing you then. Like if you do, subscribe and share. I'll see you on Sunday.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have any secrets.
Oh, this you crazy mother.